And welcome to part 2. This time we are going to be covering the top 5 rogue decks of the new format. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. At number 5, bear with me on this, but I'm kind of throwing my own personal hat into the ring, but I'm going with Scareclaw. With the limiting of the Tempeh Field spell, the deck is kind of going down a peg. But depending on representation, it could jump or it could just disappear completely. Which means there is room for a new OTK deck in the format. And I've been seeing a lot of decks utilize Scareclaws as going second, which the deck mainly was built for, but it's gained a lot of popularity going with that. Sure, it has to jump through a lot more hoops to get to that position, more than Tempeh did. But with the limiting of their field spell, it kind of brought it at an even level, I think, in terms of hoop jumping. So I'm just putting Scareclaw right here as a safe bet. It could change. Scareclaw may not even appear anywhere in the format, but I'm just putting it here as my own 2 cents. And at number 4, I'm putting Hero on this. And just to be clear, this is before the new Evil Hero stuff comes out. But I have been seeing new Hero decks surge in popularity at regionals and YCSs, and even at my locals. People are getting ready for those new Evil Hero cards, and it's definitely showing. So I think in terms of rogue representation, heroes are starting to make something of themselves. So just want to be the first one to say it if anything comes about it. And at number 3, talk about how the mighty have fallen. I'm putting Branded here. I was not expecting them to hit Branded Fusion on this last list. Granted, it needed to get the access in some way. Scott himself even said so, but no one was expecting it to happen. Everyone thought that the Albion Fusion was going to get hit before the actual Fusion card. Does that mean that Branded is out of the game? Absolutely not. They have so many other strategies to go with, so many other Fusion opportunities, and so many other Fusion spells and methods that they could utilize, both in spell and trap and monster format. The deck is still the best Fusion deck around. Sure, even better than Tier Elements in a way, but it has so many diverse ways that you can utilize the deck still. From Pure to the Masquerade Burn to Fusion Turbo. There are so many different things that you can utilize about it. But still, we can't escape the fact that having Branded Fusion getting hit doesn't mean that it gets knocked down a peg. And I think in the middle of Rogue is where I think it's going to land, but I could be wrong. But, now that I think about it, Branded Fusion still even gets recursion with the Albion Fusion when it's sent to the graveyard. So it's not out of the woods yet, but I think it's a safe space for now. And at Rogue, this one's going to be a little bit vague, but I'm going with dragons, specifically Dragon Rulers. With Dragon Rulers now at 2, and my beloved Rose Dragon at 3 now, you are able to utilize Synchro 10s a lot more easier. Especially when the new Ally of Justice card comes out, that's level 10 and Omni Negates. That card's going to be a menace now, especially with this deck moving forward. Heck, I even might pick up the deck if the stars align for me. But we'll just have to wait and see. But Dragon Rulers, yeah, if you remember that format, you know why this is a number 2. And for number 1 in the Rogue category, I'm going with Labyrinth. Labyrinth is still at full power, 100%, and it's only gaining more traction. Sure, a lot of generic floodgates have been hit, but they didn't really utilize those. They mainly utilized normal traps. And now with Time Seal at 3, I guarantee you that someone in the format is going to take advantage of that with Labyrinth. There's no other trap deck that would be able to utilize it better. Being able to fetch it straight from the deck and setting it, and then being able to activate it next turn, preventing your opponent from drawing a card, that's scary. That's a scary thought. But at the same time, Labyrinth is the only one that can utilize that. So just kind of watch out for that. But aside from that, the deck is still massively consistent. It has access to Chaos Angel still, the virus cards, which in of itself are broken cards depending on the format, and just overall great beat sticks, great consistency, and you're able to pop a card in your opponent's hand during first turn, which is nuts in and of itself, which is a great advantage in and of itself. So definitely watch out for Labyrinth, and definitely side in Danko Secca if you can utilize it. And with that, guys, we are going to wrap this one up with the top 5 rogue decks. And after this, we only have one more deck. As you know, it's my favorite video, which is Budget. So until then, we'll hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.